maths teacher from IYS school, and it is your class 7 maths. Today we will discuss a chapter that is related to algebra, and the topic we will study today are long divisions of algebraic expressions, use of brackets, multiplication of two binomials, expression, use of formulas. Formulas are written as you can see. So we are moving toward the first topic, that is division of compound expressions. Okay, so here you can see that we have done some example questions, and you can see that we have to divide a compound expression by a binomial expression. So how we do that division? We have to use the method of long division. So the compound expression will become a dividend, and the binomial expression will become a divisor. And how we do the division between them? So first we take the first term of the dividend to the first term of the divisor. Okay, so first we have to do the division between these two terms. I repeat, first term of the dividend to the first term of the divisor. So the first term is minus 14a square. So we have to divide it by the 2a, and the answer is minus 7a. So how we get the answer minus 7a? As you can see that in a table of 2 we have 7 times 14, so that's why we write 7, and here in a numerator we have a square, and in a denominator we have a. So the exponents of the like terms will be subtracted, and 2 minus 1 is equals to 1, and that's why a has exponent 1. Okay, as you can see that in a numerator we have a negative value number, and in our denominator we have positive number. So if the negative and positive are divided, so the answer will be a negative number. Okay, so that's why we get minus 7a as the division of minus 14a square divided by 2a. So we get minus 7a. So that minus 7a will become the first term of the quotient. So we have to write it here. As you can see that we have write it minus 7a is here because it will become the first term of the quotient. So now in our next step, what we have to do? We have to multiply that minus 7a by the divisor. Okay, and do remember that we have to multiply that minus 7a with the whole expression, that is 2a plus 3. Okay, so we write it here 2a plus 3. So when we do the multiplication between these two terms, so how we do that? Minus 7a will first multiply with the 2a and then 2a and then with the 3. So first we have to divide that minus 7a by 2a, and it will become minus 14a square. How it becomes? 7 2s are 14, and a will multiply by a. So the two values are multiply with each other, so their exponent will be add. So we will add 1 plus 1 is 2. So that's why we get a 2 exponent. And we have a first negative number and then a positive number. So when there is a multiplication between a negative number and a positive number, so answer will always a negative one. So that's why we get minus 14a square. And now when we multiply that minus 7a by 3, so again we have first negative number and the other positive number, so the answer is again a negative one. So that's why we get a negative sign, and 7 3 is a 21, and a remains same. Okay, a will also multiply with that 21. So that is the product, that is the final product which we get when we multiply minus 7a by the divisor. So now this product can we have to write this product under the like terms. So we have right here minus 14a square minus 21a, and now that in a third step we have to do the subtraction between the above expression and the that product. We have to do the subtraction between them. So to do the subtraction, we have to change the sign of the second expression, and it will become positive and positive. So that's why minus 14a square will cancel by plus 14a square. Now the 14a square is no more a negative value, it will become a positive value. So that's why we will cancel both of the term. And now 21a, the sign of the 21a will also change from negative to positive, so it become a positive value, and we have to subtract it from the 13. So that's why we get a 8a as a subtraction. Okay, reminder. So these remainder 8a we have to write it here, and we have to copy that plus 12 is here. Okay, so we have to copy it, and now we have to repeat the step. Okay, I am going to repeat the process which we have done till that subtraction. What we have to do, we have to first do the division between the first term of the dividend to the first term of the divisor, and we get minus 7a. Now we have that minus 7a will become the first term of the quotient. Okay, and now what we have to do, we have to do the next step in which we multiply that minus 7a by the divisor, that is 2a plus 3. So here we have do the multiplication, and whatever we get in a product form, that should be written under the like terms. So the minus 14a square is the like term of 14a square, so we write it here, and 13a is the like term of 21a, so we write it under that term. And now in a third step, we have to do the subtraction between these two expressions. And after subtraction, we get 8a as a remainder. So we have done division in a first step, we have done multiplication in a second step, and in a third step, we have done subtraction. Okay, and after subtraction, what we do, we just copy that remaining expression, remaining term, that is 12. So we copied it here, and now we have to follow the same, repeat the same step. Okay, which we have done in step 1, step 2, step 3, means division, multiplication, subtraction. We have to follow that step. So we again do that, we take the first term of the dividend to the first term of the divisor, and we divide it. So the answer is 4. And again, in our second step, we do multiplication. So we do multiplication again here. We take 4 and multiply it by the divisor, 2a plus 3. So we divide, multiply it, and we get 8a plus 12 as a product of this multiplication. And now we will write that product under the like terms. That is, 8 is the like term of 8, and 12 is the like term of 12a. And the third step is subtraction. So we subtract it, and after the subtraction, we get 0 as a remainder. So do remember it that we have to continue, we have to repeat that steps, the division, multiplication, and subtraction, and until we get a 0 as an answer. Okay, we have to repeat that step until we get 0 as a remainder. We have to continue it. So here we get a 0 as a remainder, so that's why we stop our division, and the final answer is minus 7a plus 4. Okay, that is the quotient of this division. Okay, take a screenshot and we will move further. Here is the next question, which is similar from the previous one. So we have to divide the compound expression by the divisor. So we write x square plus 6x plus 8a as a dividend, and x plus 4 as a divisor. So now we again have to do division, multiplication, subtraction. We have to repeat it. So we take the first term of the dividend, and the first term of the divisor, and we divide them. So after the division, we get x as an answer. So we multiply that, x will become the first term of the quotient. Okay, so we write it here. So again, we do the multiplication. We multiply that quotient with the divisor, x plus 4. So the answer is x square plus 4x. This is the product. And now we do the, we have to write that product in under the like terms, and after writing it and after doing the subtraction, to do the subtraction, we have to change the signs of that expression. So after changing the sign, these x square will cancel by the next x square, and the remainder is 2x. So we have to continue our expressions, continue our division. So we copied that 8 here, which is not solved yet. So that's why we copied here, and we proceed the remainder as the original remainder. Okay, we have to proceed our steps. So we again do the division of 2x by x, and the answer is 2. So that 2 will become the next term of the quotient. Okay, do remember it that when we do the division, when we start repeating this step, so in a first step after the division, what we have, that one will become the second term of the quotient. So that's why we write it x plus 2. Now, in a second step, we have to multiply that 2 by the divisor, that is x plus 4. So we multiply it and the answer is 2x plus 8. And now we have to write it under the like terms and do the subtraction. So after the subtraction, we get 0 as a remainder. And as we get 0 as a remainder, so we have to stop our division and the answer is x plus 2. Okay, so that's how we do the long division. So take a screenshot of this slide. Okay, so the next topic is brackets. Here are the types of brackets. The first one is the vinculum. Second one is the round bracket, or we can say that it is parenthesis. And after that, we have a curly brackets. And after that, we have a square bracket. Okay, there are 4 types of brackets. So the left part of the each bracket symbols indicate the start of the bracket, and the right part indicate the end of the bracket. Okay, so here we have to do, we also have to solve or remove the brackets in the same order. That first we have to solve the vinculum and then the parenthesis and then the curly bracket and then the square bracket. Okay. Take a screenshot and we will move further. So here we discuss some that how we remove the brackets. Okay, removing the brackets from an expression means simplify the expression within the bracket. Okay, what does it mean? It's mean that whatever in a bracket we have to solve it, we have to simplify it, and unless we get a single number as an answer, and that will become that is called the removing of the brackets. Okay, you will better understand if we do some questions related to that thing. Okay, brackets are removed in a certain order. The order of removing the bracket is vinculum, round bracket, curly bracket, and square bracket. Okay. And do remember it that you have to solve the innermost first and then the outer, next outer one, and then the outermost. So this is the sequence of removing the brackets. Okay, here are some conditions that how we solve the brackets. If we get a positive value before the bracket, okay, as you can see that I have taken the example. So in example you can see that within these parentheses we have x plus 3 and x plus 3 are two like terms, so there is simplification cannot be possible between them, so we have to remove that bracket. So when we remove that bracket, so the number which is present before that bracket is plus 5, that is positive value. So when we multiply that positive value one by one with all the terms which is present inside the bracket. Okay, I repeat that I have to multiply that value which is present before the bracket one by one to all the values which is present inside the bracket. So that's why we multiply 5 by the x and it will become 5x, and 5 by the 3 it become, sorry, it becomes 15. And that's how we will do it. Okay, so here we have to understand that when we multiply that value, here the sign of the 5 is positive, so it does not affect the sign of the other number. And if we get a negative sign before the bracket, so it will change all the values, so it will change all the sign of the terms which is inside the bracket. As you can see that minus 5 is multiplied by x, it will become minus 5x. And if it multiply, minus 5 will multiply by the 3, so it will become minus 15. Okay, it will become minus 15. Order of solved brackets. Order to solve brackets. Okay, so how we solve the brackets? We have to solve the innermost first and then the next outer and the outermost bracket. Okay, so here we have a question through which we have to solve the bracket, understand that how we can solve that brackets. As you can see that in this question we have vinculum, we have parenthesis, curly bracket and a square bracket. So first we have to solve the vinculum. So to do that process, as you can see that we have 4x minus x inside in the vinculum. So we have to subtract them. 4x, as you can see that these are the like terms, so we can do the simplification between them. So that's why we will subtract 4x minus x and the answer is 3x. Okay, so as you can see that before that vinculum we have a negative sign, so that negative sign will become the sign of a 3x. Okay, and after that the innermost bracket is a square parenthesis, so we have to solve them. As you can see that inside these parentheses, we again have a like term, so we can do the simplification between them. So we multiply it, that 5x minus 3x will become 2x, and the sign which is outside the bracket will become the sign of that term. Okay, means 2x will become minus 2x. Okay, and after that, now in this step you can see that we have only two brackets. Okay, so again we do the innermost first, so that is curly bracket, and now we have to subtract 16x minus 2x, and the answer is 14x. And again, as you can see that we have a negative sign outside the bracket, so that negative sign will become the sign of 14x. Okay, and now again in this step we have only one bracket. That is square bracket. So we do the simplification inside that bracket, and the answer is 10x. And as you can see that we have a negative sign outside the bracket, so that negative sign will become the sign of a 10x. Okay, and after that we again have some like terms, that is 78x and minus 10x. So the answer is 68x. Take a screenshot and we will move further. So, do remember that first we have to do the innermost one, and then the outermost, and next outer, and next. Okay. Here you can see that we have again a question that indicate the removal of a bracket. So how we do the multiplication? As you can see that we have a number outside the bracket. Here 5 is multiplied with the x plus 3, and here 6 is multiplied by x minus 4. So how we do? We have to multiply that value 5 one by one with all the terms which is present inside the bracket. So 5 is multiplied by the x, and the answer is 5x. So 5 is again multiplied by the 3, and the answer is 15. And again here 6 is multiplied by the x, and the answer is 6x. Then 6 is again multiplied by the 4, and the answer is 24. So now you will arrange the expression according to the like term. So 5x is the like term of 6x. So we can do the addition between them, and the answer is 11x. And 5 minus 24, and the answer is minus 9. Okay, so that is your final answer. We get two unlike terms, so the simplification cannot be possible. So this is the final answer. Take a screenshot and we will move further. Okay, here we again have some questions which is related to that brackets. So as you can see that in example number 1, we have two brackets, that is parenthesis and a square bracket. So first we have to do the innermost. So can you tell me what which one is the innermost? Yes, the parenthesis is the innermost bracket. So we have to solve it first, or we have to remove it first. As you can see that inside that parenthesis, we have two unlike terms. So subtraction or addition cannot be possible in it. So we have to remove it. By multiplying the 5 which is present outside the bracket one by one all the terms which is inside the bracket. So first we multiply 5 by the x, and the answer is 5x, and then we multiply 5 by the y, and the answer is 5y. Okay, now as you can see that in this step we have only one bracket, that is a square bracket. So first we have to try to solve the terms which is present inside the bracket, and then we can remove it by multiplying the 2 with the terms which is inside the bracket. So here what we have first what we have to do, we have to try to do the simplification inside the bracket. So as you can see that we have two like terms inside the bracket, that is minus 5y and 8y. So we can do the subtraction between them, and the answer is 3y. Okay, and now what can you do addition between them, that is 5x plus 3y? No, we cannot do this. But why we cannot do this? That because these are the two unlike terms. So what we have to do, we just have to remove the brackets. And how we remove the bracket? We multiply the value which is present outside the bracket one by one to all the terms which is present inside the bracket. So we multiply minus 2 with all the terms which is inside the bracket. And do remember it that we have discussed that if the negative sign is present before the bracket, so that negative sign will change all the signs which is present inside a bracket. Okay, so when we multiply 2 by the 5, so it will become 10x, and minus sign will change the sign of that term, and it will become minus 10x. Okay, and again we multiply 2 by the 3, so it will become 6y, and minus 2 will again change the sign of that value and will become minus. Okay. And now in this step, okay, in the next step, we have two like term, that is 3x and 10x. So we do the subtraction between them, and the answer is minus 7x and minus 6y. And as you can see that we have two unlike terms, so more simplifications that cannot be possible. So that is our answer. Okay, in our next step, as you can see that we have parenthesis, square and curly bracket. So we have to solve the innermost first. And as you can see that we don't have any like terms, so we just remove the bracket by multiplying the value which is present outside the bracket. So we multiply 3 by the 4 and the answer is 12, and then we multiply 3 by the 5 and the answer is 15. Okay, and now again we have two unlike terms, so we just remove it by multiplying the minus 4 inside the bracket, and do remember that it is minus 4, so it will change the sign which is of all the terms which is present inside the bracket, so it become minus 4 8 and plus 60x. And again we have two like terms, so we do the addition between them, and it will become 62x minus 48 remains same. And after that we will multiply again by removing that bracket. We multiply 3 by 62, it become 186, and 3 by 48 become 144. And now the simplification is cannot be possible, and we have removed all the brackets, so that is our final answer. Take a screenshot and we will move further. Multiplication of two binomial expression. Okay, this is the next topic which we are going to discuss. Okay, here we have a two binomial expression. So how we do the multiplication between them? We can do that type of multiplication by the two method. We discuss the method without the formula, and which is also known as FOIL method, and then we will discuss the multiplication with by the formula. Okay, here we have two expression, x plus 2 and x plus 4. So first we take any one of expression and we break them into its term, and that terms one by one multiply with the whole expression. Okay, so first we choose x plus 2 and we break them. So we take first term of x and we multiply it by the next expression, that is x plus 4. Okay, so here we multiply x by x plus 4, and again we take the second term of this expression, that is plus 2, and we multiply that plus 2 with the whole next expression, that is x plus 4. Okay, what we have done, we have break one expression into its term, and one by one each term will multiply with the next whole expression. Okay, so here we multiply x by x plus 4 and then 2 by x plus 4. So here is some product form, and how we do multiplication: x multiplied by x, that is x multiplied by x, and then x multiplied by 4. Here we have write at x multiplied by 4, and 2 multiplied by x. So here we write 2 multiplied by x, and 2 multiplied by 4. So here we write 2 multiplied by 4. Okay, when now in the next step we do the multiplication, that x into x become x square, 4x 2x plus 4 2s are 8. So this is the product. Okay, as you can see that we have two like terms, so we add them and it becomes 6x. So x square plus 6x plus 8 will be your answer. Okay, that is the multiplication of two binomial expression without the formula. Okay, so we in this expressions we break first term, we break first expressions into its term, and one by one that terms will be multiplied with the whole expressions, other next whole expressions. Okay, take a screenshot and we will move toward the next one. So example number 1, we again do some questions which help you to understand that method, that we again break that expression x minus 2. So we take first term of that term and we multiply it with the whole expression, next expression, and then we take minus 2 and we again multiply with the whole expression, that is x minus 6. So here we do the multiplication, and after multiplication we get x square minus 6x minus 2x plus 12. And do remember it that we have two like terms, so we do the addition between them, and the answer is x square minus 8x plus 2. So take a screenshot and we will move further. Here is the multiplication of two binomial expression by the help of a formula. So here is a formula. As you can see that x plus a, x plus b is equals to x square plus a plus b x minus ab. And please do remember it How we can apply that formula? When we can apply that formula? We can apply that formula if we have first term remains same and the second term of both the expression are different. Okay, I repeat, first term of both the expressions are same and the second term of both the expressions are different. As you can see that we have solved one question, that is x plus 2 and x plus 5. So first term of both the expression remains same and the second one is different. So we can apply that formula. So here x, in place of x we have x, in place of a we have 2 and in place of b we have 5. So we take apply the formula and we replace the value a by 2 and b by 5. So we get that form, x square plus 2 plus 5x minus 10, and when we do the addition between them, so we get x square plus 7x minus 10. Okay, take a screenshot and we will move further. Difference of a square. Okay, this is a formula which is known as difference of squares. As you can see that a square minus b square, we have two square values and we are going to find the difference between them. So it is equals to a plus b and a minus b. Okay, as you can see that the first term of two expressions are same and second term of the two expressions are also same. But the difference is that we have two different sign between them. Okay, so do remember it that when we can apply that formula, we can apply that formula if we have the questions like this. X plus 6, x plus 6 means here we have a negative side. So x plus 6 and x minus 6. We have two terms with the different signs. So that's why we do the, we are going to apply the formula of that one. Here you can see that we have 2x plus 5 and 2x minus 5. So by using the formula x plus y, x minus y is equals to x square minus y square. And do remember that why we can use this formula, because in the two expressions, the first terms are remain same and the second term are also same. Okay, that's why we can apply that formula, but the connecting sign between the two terms are positive, and here the connecting sign between the two terms is negative. We have two opposite signs, so that's why we use that formula, difference of square, that we have two similar binomial expression but the connecting sign are different. So that's why we can use difference of formula. So 2x is in place of x, and in place of y we have 5. So that's why we use that formula and we replace all x by 2x. Here we have x, so we replace it by 2x. Here we have y, so we replace it by 5. And again x is replaced by 2x, minus sign remains same, and y is replaced by 5. And x is replaced by again 2x, x square minus, and y is replaced by 5. And square will remain same. So now 2x, when we find the square of the 2x, it will become 4x square minus the square of the 5 is 25. So that is your final answer. Okay, again we have the similar use of that formula. As you can see that again we have the same first term, same second term, but the connecting signs are different. Okay, so which formula we can apply? We can apply the formula of difference of square, because in a formula first terms are same, second terms are same, but the connecting sign are different. So we can apply this formula. So here we have in place of x, we have x, and in place of y, we have 1 over x. If you making a resemblance with the formula and the question, so in place of x, we have x, and in place of y, we have 1 over x. Okay. And here again, we have in place of x, we have x, and in place of y, we have 1 over x. So that's why we replace all x by the x and all x by 1 upon x. So after removing it, we get after replacing it, we get x square minus 1 upon x square. So that is your final answer. Take a screenshot and we will move further. Square of the sum of two quantities. Okay, here we have two quantities, that is x plus y, and we take the sum of square of the sum of two quantities. Okay, so it will equal to x square plus 2xy plus y square. As you can see that here we take the square of the first term, and in the last third one we take the square of the last second term, and now in the middle term is the product of their linear values and it will multiply by the 2. Okay, so this is the formula and we are moving toward the next to solve that, how we can solve that questions. Okay, if we find the square of the two terms, so we apply the whole square on it, and we are going to solve it through the formula, that is x plus y square is equals to x square plus 2xy plus y square. Okay, do you remember it that we are going to find the whole square of the binomial expression, or we can say that we are going to find the perfect square. So this formula is also known as the formula for perfect square. So here in place of x we have x, and in place of y we have 2. Okay, as you can see that in a formula we have x square plus 2xy plus y square. So in that formula we are going to use it. We replace all the x by x and all the y by 2. If you can see here, from here we can make a resemblance that in place of x we have x, and in place of y we have 2. So that's why we replace y, we take y is equals to 2, and we replace all the y by 2. This is the 2 which is arises from the formula, and that 2 is the value of y. Okay. So after replacing the value, what we get? We get x square plus 2 into x into 2 plus 2 square. So the answer is x square plus 2 2s are 4, and after taking the square, we get 4. So x square plus 4x plus 4 is the final answer. Okay. So take a screenshot and we will move further. Now, here is another question which is as similar as the previous one, but only one thing which is different, that here in place of x we have x, and in place of y we have 1 over x, as you can see here. So we replace all the y by 1 upon x. So when we replace that y by 1 over x, so if you observe the third middle term, so you can see that we have a x in a numerator and we have a x in a denominator. So they both x will cancel each other, and the middle term only have 2 as a value. Okay, so that's how we get x square plus 2 plus 1 upon x square. So that 2 which is present outside the bracket, that 2 is applied in a 1, and that 2 is also applied on a x. So when we apply it on a 1, so it remain 1, and when we apply it on a 2 on a x, so we have to write it in this form, x square. Okay, take a screenshot and we will move further. Here's the next formula, that is square of the difference of two quantities. As you can see that we have two quantities. First one is x and the second one is y, and we are going to find the square of the difference of these quantities. Okay, so it will become x square minus 2xy plus y square. So again, in the right hand side of this formula we have the square of the first term, and in the middle term we have the product of x and y, their linear values, and with the 2, and in the third one we have x, we have the square of the last second term, that is y. Okay, and do remember that if the connecting sign between the x and y is negative, so the middle term sign is changed and it will become minus 2x. Okay, if we have the connecting sign between these two terms are positive, so the middle term sign is also positive, but it is negative, so we apply the negative sign with the middle term. Okay, so that's how we become the square of the difference of two quantities. So here we do some questions. In that question, we have the value x minus 3 and we have to find the square of that term. So we apply the square on that term and we are using the formula which is x minus y whole square is equals to x square minus 2xy plus y square. So if you make the resemblance with the question, so in place of x we have x and in place of y we have 3. So that's how we write that x is equals to x and y is equals to 3. So we replace all the x by x and we replace all the y by 3. So as you can see that we have x square minus 2x3 plus 3 square. So we multiply 2 by the 3 and the answer is 2x, and the square of 3 is 9. So x square minus 6x plus 9 is your final answer. We cannot do any simplification because we have three unlike terms. Take a screenshot and we will move further. Again, we have solved some questions, and in this question, if you can see that we have formula of in this question we have 2x in place of x, and in place of y we have 1 upon 2x. So first we take the square by writing the then we write the formula, and as you can, if you make the resemblance, so in place of x we have 2x, so the value of x become 2x. Here we have write 2x, and in place of y we have 1 upon 2x, so we replace again y by 1 upon 2x. Now when we are putting the values of x and y, so we will get the expression like this, that 2x plus 1 upon 2x whole square is equals to 2x square. Okay, 2x square plus 2 multiplied by 2x into 1 upon 2x. Okay, here you can see that 2x is the value of x and 1 upon 2x is the value of y. So here in a numerator we have 2x, and in a denominator we also have 2x. So we can cancel them, both of them, and in answer we only have 2. Okay, 1 upon 2x square is, again we get the 1 upon 4x square in answer. Okay, so this is your screen, your home task. So that do all questions in your fair copies. Exercise 3.8, question number 145, and exercise 3.9, question number 1, 5, and 6, and exercise 3.10, question number 3 and question number 5, and exercise 3.11, question number 3 and question number 5, exercise 3.12, question number 4 and 6, and exercise 3.13, question number 2 and 4. You have to do all your work in your fair copies. Okay, so this is all from my side. Allah Hafiz.